Four Midwest Guys presents...
And hello everyone, and welcome to House Zanardelli, our Season 7 Game of Thrones podcast recap show. I am joined here tonight by my lovely wife, Stephanie.
Hi, everybody.
And I should also point out that in addition to this being the premiere of Season 7, this is her birthday as well.
Yay!
So
Happy birthday.
You are 32 again.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's all
it's
everyone
fine.
out there that's listening to this
Fine.
needs to know. And we are actually also graced by another presence of our four Midwest guys, brethren, Mr. Brian Willenbrink as well.
I am honored to be on the very first House of Zanardelli, and what a great birthday present, Steph.
I know,
Game
right?
of Thrones
I got Game
premiere,
of Thrones
right?
for my birthday.
That's
Right.
awesome.
So,
And I got bloodshed. It was fantastic.
right.
What a great opening.
So, wow, yeah, so if you, I don't know what kind of fan you are, if you just want to skip the show and just listen to our recap, we'll, gonna question how much of a fan you are, but yeah, we'll just, quickly touch on everything, and I think as we all were starting to talk about, what an intro. I mean,
What an opening. Hello.
fucking Arya, again,
Okay,
getting...
no. See, it totally got me. It threw me because I thought this was like a continuation with the Red Wedding, and that was Walter Frey, and he was congratulating the
I thought
guys
so
for
too. Flashback
killing
at
everybody,
first.
and he wanted to poison them because he
Yeah,
didn't want
yeah.
anybody to talk. And
So we're wondering if this is like, something Walter Frey did in his past, or before the Red Wedding, after
Right
the Red
before he
Wedding,
died, because
before he died,
Because they showed him dying before they went to that scene.
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Jesus,
And
then...
it was, and you see all the guys dying, and he tells
Arya poisoned the entire
Entire
house's
House of
wine.
for her to like
House of Frey.
House
done.
of Wine.
Just like House of Wine, the House of Frey's wine. Yes.
Her turn
It
to
is
the
now
dark
the House of Wine.
I mean, to see Walter Frey and then have her rip that face off and it be Arya Stark was just whoa.
All I have to say is her turn to the dark side is now complete.
dude, she's not a dark side. She's like the fucking angel of death walking out of that place.
Yeah, did you see the
All
wings?
set.
So,
come
like
off? Yeah,
the
yeah,
shoulder
yeah.
pads and everything,
Dude.
the cape flowing.
I'm
I
ready
mean,
to-
she was...
I was thinking to myself, I was like, put that girl in Star Wars. Put her
Oh,
in Star
my-
Hey,
Wars immediately.
and winter has come for the House of Frey.
Winter has come in general for the
Done.
Seven Kingdoms, but yeah, the House of Frey is just
Done.
frayed.
They're
It's
gone.
It's gone.
Completely, yes, frayed.
It is frayed.
A
It is
perfect
the
word.
House of Frayed.
House of Frayed. You've been starked.
Oh wow, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you've been starked.
You've been
starked.
Gone.
Speaking of starked, we go right back to Winterfell and under the rule of a Stark again. where-
No.
Half Stark.
A
Half Stark.
A half Stark. Okay, someone raised by a Stark, and
Thank you.
in the council of
Thank you.
Sansa. He may be a bastard, but the blood of Ned Stark runs through him.
Yes, it does.
In
It
a-
does.
yes, as
the
a
blood,
nephew.
the blood of the Stark runs through him.
Spoiler alert.
Yes. But yes, to come out and see him leading all of the North and saying, hey, we got to pull together and whatnot. Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I thought it was interesting because suddenly already we see a division, and we see Sansa kind of come out, and it's already openly, like you said, kind of undermining him a little bit.
Well,
and his decision with the Karstarks and what was the other house?
Umbers.
Umbers.
And
The
the
Umbers
Karstarks.
and the
And you got to
Karstarks, yeah.
understand, she watched them kill her brother.
And she was also part of, she was stuck under Ramsay as well. So she's definitely got like some kind of, jittery, I want to fuck over everyone that was involved with Ramsay, and
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Part of
they,
her as
they,
well.
they
Yeah.
helped Ramsay and
Yeah.
but they were, I think it was more of the, they were afraid and because Ramsay
because
was
it's
like-
fucking
was
Ramsay.
crazy.
He's crazy
Yeah.
as shit.
Was.
Thank God.
I think I agreed with John's decision to
Yeah.
put them and keep them. It's the right thing to do.
Yes.
But if there's one thing this show loves to point out, every time you do the right thing,
Comes back and bites you
bites you on the ass
right.
big time.
Which Sansa even called him out for, like on the landing. She said, I watched Robb and I watched Ned, who are both good men and have noble intentions. I've watched them be betrayed.
And they both lost their heads for
Yes,
it. Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
In
And then,
more ways than
and of course, he was smiling because our Littlefinger's smiling.
Oh, yeah.
that whole time, and then that's
Yeah.
his in.
Yes, making us all wonder where the hell Bane is in this universe. So is like
No,
Zombie Mountain
no,
going to be
stop,
the Bane to like,
stop.
drop him out of a plane?
Stop.
We just want Littlefinger
This
gone.
is Game
is
of
all.
Thrones, not
Yes.
not Batman.
Oh, we can-
don't.
He's just he's a snake. He's always been a snake, and he'll always
Meanwhile,
be
Captain
a snake.
Phasma is training Podrick down below.
I even said I forgot she was there. I was like, yeah,
I'm
that's true.
very sorry, Game of Thrones people. I'm very sorry.
Oh,
We're Star Wars fans. It's okay.
Yes, I
Yes.
know.
But yeah,
but right now, Game of Thrones has my heart.
Until they come out with a new movie, right?
I think Game of Thrones will still have my heart.
Anyway, but moving on. So yeah, so we've got Baelish kind of in the undermining, hanging out, and you got Sansa kind of pissed off at her brother, saying, "Hey, no, we need to do this." But the thing is John's got that. Well, he's got that.
The wolf?
No, not Ghost. He's got that sense about him that he knows what he's doing. The
experience. So it's like everything he's gone through.
He's seen what's coming. He knows what's coming. He knows that they have to have everybody behind them in order to get through what they have to get through.
including 10-year-old girls. Up
Hey,
10
you
and
know
above.
what?
You know
Bear
what?
Island, you got more power to you.
Yeah. Fucking Queen Mormont again,
She's got bigger balls than everybody
Jesus.
out there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what.
You want another awesome
Well, that was her uncle she was talking to.
just bitch slapping him down. It's like, I do not need you speaking for the granddaughters that are 10 years younger. He just kind of goes to sit back down. God love that girl.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to fight. I'm not going to just stand there.
It's like,
just
I
so
am
you
not
know.
going to be knitting by the fire while the men go out and die for our country.
Yeah, precisely. It was, I love that character. The more I see of her, she's just funny.
Wait, but don't forget the meme though. Don't make me your favorite character. I want to live.
Yeah, right? You just screwed her. There you go. No, I really appreciate John stepping up and saying, hey, it's not just the men, it's not just the boys, it's, the women, the girls, everybody has to be on this front.
Right, because not just John, but also, the other guy that was with him on the wall. The name is escaping me.
No.
The guy that's in the library. I'm terrible
Sam.
at this. Thank you, Sam. Yes, Sam. Also, he's also got the same kind of drive with him as well, where he's seen what's beyond the wall, and he wants to educate himself at the Citadel. There's this gate closing him off from all of the all the stuff that he's supposed to know about.
And just as note, I will never eat beef stew ever again.
No.
Just saying.
Jesus.
I will
Oh my
never
God.
have any chunky soup. I will never have...
If there's anybody out
But
there
you know
right
what?
now that can do a really awesome remix of that sound design of all of them,
But you know what?
God.
You know what? I am a nurse. That's nothing new for me.
no, and we've also have kids, so this should also be nothing new for us either.
Shit in, shit out. That's all I have to say.
No, I mean, I've been the one that's cleaned him up. I feel for him. I get it.
But yes, Sam is definitely feeling he has to go through. He's the underling, right?
He's
one
the
that has
underling.
to-
He's going through his day-to-day of, put back the books, feed them, clean the shit, put back the books, feed them, clean the shit. That's... I had to laugh at one point as it
He's the
started,
intern.
becoming repetitive. I was like, oh my God, this is his day in and day out. That has got to suck.
Yeah.
But...
Hey, you got to pay your dues.
We'll go into what Sam discovers later, but the other thing to mention is that Jon receives a raven from the new Queen of the Seven Kingdoms telling him to pledge his allegiance
Or
Loyalty.
die.
or loyalty or else suffer the fate. And Sansa, who says, I fear, Cersei, I know what she's capable of, and Jon, knowing, he's like, yeah, there's Cersei and all, but you didn't see what I've
The
seen.
army of the dead. Yeah.
Which we kind of see a little bit of them, and they got 3 fucking zombie giants.
Yeah, zombie giants now. Not 1, not 2, but 3. They've got nuclear weapons, essentially.
Yeah, they've got
Game of
their
Thrones.
Jesus. So we thought
Well-
we kind of mourned them last season. It was like, oh my God, the last giant's
They
dead. Oh
killed
wait,
them.
we see what happens
Wait.
when they
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
But see, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, just when you think it can't get any cooler, you can't make a zombie any cooler. We'll just make him a giant zombie.
We'll make him a really
Yeah.
cool zombie.
Yeah.
And speaking of, what was it?
Well, before you go on, I was going to say one other thing that John did say to her when they were standing up there and talking was when they brought up the fact of Sansa and Cersei. He looks at her and goes, he said, I might be mistaken, but it looks like you admire her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she goes, I've
I learned a lot.
I learned a great deal
from
from her. So, to me, that's kind of putting into play what she's learned from Cersei, and Cersei basically said, men think they rule this world and they don't.
Well, not only that, she also made the point that once you're her enemy, she will find you and she will kill you and she will not stop. And that's the truth.
And then, then we get to King's Landing, and they've even pointed out what any one of us that has looked at the allegiance has noticed is that the Lannisters have no more allegiances. They're like, we have traitors of the north, traitors of the south, traitors of the west, traitors of the east.
Jamie said it himself when he saw that painting on the floor of the entire kingdom. And she goes, I am queen of the 7 kingdoms. He goes, well, maybe 3 at best.
Yeah, which was hilarious.
That was fucking beautiful, dude.
God love you, Kingslayer.
Precisely. He's like
and not Seth Rollins. I mean you, Jamie Lannister.
He's the only one that can talk to her like that, too. He's like her reality check, really. I mean, she is so full of herself, it's not even funny. But I mean, even when they talk about their son, she's just like, he betrayed us. I'm like, Jesus.
Their baby boy.
Nice motherly instincts there.
Yeah, I mean, the woman that if she had any redeemable qualities about herself, it was the fact that she was a mother that truly loved her kids. Now those kids are gone, and
she's
there's nothing left.
All that's left is the cold-hearted bitch.
I mean, she was like, they're dead, they're buried, they're gone. I'm moving on.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's like, whoever wins will be a dynasty for generations.
Oh, it was a dynasty. It was a dynasty. It's a dynasty.
And he's like, what dynasty? Our kids are dead, bitch. Yeah. Come on, wake up.
It's just us. She's like, well, then for us then.
Right. Well,
so
then,
you have maybe a good 20 years left.
Well, then
maybe 2. I don't know.
And then she tried to point out, I was like, who are you going to have an allegiance with? And then we get the freaking Greyjoy king coming back.
He's the Mad King,
Uncle Greyjoy.
Who's pretty funny actually in a way. I found him kind of comic reliefish.
They made him look like the guy Andy McDowell from Clockwork Orange.
Malcolm
McDowell. I'm sorry, Andy McDowell's a female. Malcolm McDowell. Wow. From Clockwork Orange.
So they made him Caligula.
They even gave him like the David Bowie jacket and
the swagger.
The kind of swagger. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, he kind of had like a swashbuckler kind of look
he was
to him.
He was the pirate.
Yeah, he's like
it was like a partially sober Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Not quite
that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good analogy. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But the thing I like the best is, he basically proposes to her and says, we have the fleet.
It's like,
you have the army.
Yeah.
And, I want the prettiest woman in the world, basically.
Which he originally said last year was king, Daenerys.
Essentially. Yeah, I know, right?
And he's completely bitch slapping Jamie the whole time. That whole thing. Yeah. You should try killing your brother. You should try it.
It's like I killed your brother. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, you killed your brother.
It's like, and I've got 2 working hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like, how much more shit are you gonna pile up on Jamie?
But you know what?
Here?
The Zombie Mountain. I would say that would probably be the only time that I actually liked him.
Yeah.
You don't like heavy bubbles or?
No, heavy bubbles. Not again. Okay, so
have to go back to last season
the
for that one,
Greyjoy
guys.
uncle or the king of the Ironborn now. Mm-hmm. He basically stepped up to go talk to her, and the zombie,
Oh yeah, he tried walking up the stairs to the throne, and
and Zombie Mountain was like, "Bitch, you move, I'll kill you."
He stepped in front of him. He's like, "Oh wait, pecking order."
Precisely.
But he thought it was funny. So anyway.
Oh god, it was great.
Well, he thought everything was funny. I don't know.
He wasn't.
He didn't take anything seriously.
But you know what? He promised her the most priceless thing in.
Oh no, he said, "I will not return until I get you the most priceless thing."
A priceless gift,
priceless gift.
I think I know what that is.
I'm gonna be pissed off.
I'm gonna throw it out there and it'll make people riot. I think it's Tyrion's head. That's a priceless gift for her.
She even said that the only Lannisters that matter anymore are her and Jamie.
And she pointed out to Jamie the minute that they got back together that hey, he's counseling Daenerys and he
your favorite brother who you let live and murder our father,
right?
And killed our oldest son. Which again, dumbass, you still think that's the truth?
In her world, yeah.
Well, she's an idiot.
She thinks that Sansa and him killed Joffrey. Yeah.
Anyway, so then where else are we? What do we jump back to in here? We have we've got the Hound.
The Hound is back. Yeah.
No.
Which,
No.
dear God, the scenes with the Hound are becoming really good.
I think the Hound is going to become a very significant character in this season. After what we watched tonight, I didn't think he was going to be that big of a deal, but
he had a major
vision.
No, not just that, a major character moment. He looked in the fire. The man who
He's afraid of fire.
Was it at Blackwater? Wouldn't go anywhere near fire
Because he's afraid of it.
he's afraid of it. Yeah, looked into the fire and saw why he was. I don't know. Maybe he's the zombie. Maybe he was brought back because maybe he did die at the hand of. Oh, God, I'm terrible with names, as you guys will probably hear throughout the show. Steph, Captain Phasma. What's her name in the show?
Yeah. Now that you said Phasma, I can't think of it.
Oh, God. As I'm sure everyone that's going to listen to on this is like, what kind of fucking fan are you? Gwendolyn Christie. So, yeah, maybe she did kill him. Maybe she did kill him in that episode. You should see if I know this is a podcast right now.
The Hound did die. Yeah.
Hound did die.
Yeah,
and
he got brought back.
Yeah. So
by
now
that priest guy. Yeah.
Maester. Maester.
Yeah.
Ian McShane.
Yeah, who was there for one episode and gone.
Yeah, which was again, I was like, I really like your character.
Oh God, that's gonna drive me nuts. I can't remember her name. Anyway.
All right, someone pull out their smartphones to IMDb.
Go ahead, Steph. We'll let you look it up.
Go
We'll come
on,
back to it.
It was lady somebody. Yeah, sorry.
Not Sansa.
No,
she keeps protecting Lady Sansa.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
anyway, so yeah, and she has a nice little moment where she's training Podrick.
She's trying, yeah.
She's trying to, and then the wildling, who's just so in love with her, he takes one look at her. Podrick tries to get a hit in, and she just lays him out with her hand. And he's like, "Lucky man,
you're the luckiest man in the world."
Oh my God, I want to see the couple come together. Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne of
Tarth. There it is.
God love you, Brienne.
Thank you, Brienne.
Thank you, Maestress.
Maestress Stephanie of the IMDb.
Of the Google.
Major Stephanie of the IMDb. Of the Google.
But yes. But yeah, that was great watching those. That was just a great. They reminded us of that.
It's like it's a 1 minute moment, but it's enough to stand out. It's one of the things you love this show.
It's great comic relief. It really is.
You can see the guy going, "Hello."
He's got the eyebrow and everything as he walks up to her during training, nonetheless.
You are the luckiest man in the world.
and him and his wildlings are gonna go help the guys at the wall and help guard it against what's coming.
Oh,
because they've all seen what's coming as well.
Let's go back really quick to that vision that the Hound had in the fire. There is a mountain shaped as an arrowhead and a castle. It's where the ice wall meets the ocean, and the army of the thousands of the dead are just walking past it. So whatever that castle is,
they don't hold it.
That's not going to hold, and they're going to walk past it. And as we've seen in every prophecy in this show, we are going to watch a house fall.
Well, we already saw one house fall right off the bat, but yeah.
Well, that's the phrase. Who cares about them?
Well, still,
they're gone.
Yeah,
fuck the phrase.
But yeah, it's that. Speaking of the phrase, real quick, do you think we're ever going to see Lady Stoneheart, or do you think they'll never bring that from the books into the TV series at this point?
I don't know.
Because if the
I
phrase
don't know.
are gone,
At this point, it's
it would seem pointless.
It would kind of seem like it's just forced in.
Yeah,
I mean, Walder Frey ate his kids.
Yeah.
Arya killed Walder Frey.
And the whole Frey family. So I'm thinking it's 100% gone.
Gone.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, the most terrifying thing we haven't yet mentioned in the show.
And I'm pretty sure Lady Catelyn is off doing another show.
Game of Thrones doesn't really count. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, she can make a guest appearance. I mean, Ed Sheeran did tonight. But
yeah, I was working my way up to that. Thank you very much. The most terrifying thing in the show.
I still don't know who that is.
So if we can get Brian away from Star Wars and into the pop culture world for a day.
I'm 40 years old. Anything after 35, I don't follow new music.
Sweetie, talk to your daughter. She'll probably know.
I'm sure she will.
She'll be like, "Oh my God, my dad doesn't know who Ed Sheeran is. Such a moron."
I'm 40. Get over it.
It's like Arya comes across the most terrifying thing she's ever encountered in Ed Sheeran on the road as like a guy doing his white guy with acoustic guitar thing again.
Without the guitar. Woo.
Oh, do you have like some kind of like
No, there was no guitar.
Okay, fine. It still sounded like he had it there.
And these were all Knight's Landing guards.
Right, or King's Landing guards.
sorry,
yeah.
yes.
And yeah, she kind of
Knight's
started.
Landing. What's wrong with me?
You're thinking Knots Landing because
Yeah.
you're the dynasty. The
whatever,
dynasty is still in your head.
Dynasty of
And
Knots
you're like,
Landing.
it's pronounced
Anyway.
dynasty with Knots
Anyway,
Landing
hey,
in Dallas.
Moving on, dude.
80s flashback.
Yeah, but no, she she kind of had a bit of sympathy towards all the soldiers and everything there. You know,
Yeah, because
Yeah, just a little
just
bit.
like she's seeing them as like fathers and
sons,
you know
and
sons
farmers,
and you know just
yeah.
seeing them not as I mean it's strange watching Arya's journey. Like she's seeing the people she thought like were so clear cut black and white enemies. It's like, oh my god, these people are.
The real.
Maybe I don't know. She's so far gone though. At this point, I mean,
Well, she came across
So-
Walder Frey. Though.
well, I know,
Hey.
but still.
And what did she tell them? They said,
Oh,
why,
yeah,
are,
it's
you
like,
why
oh.
are you going to...
Why is a girl
King's
by
Landing.
herself going to
Going
King's Landing?
I'm going to kill the queen. Best joke we've heard all day.
I mean,
Please do.
Wow.
Here's our swords. Have fun. Fuck the queen.
because
Fuck
because
Joffrey.
basically-
Fuck the queen.
Because basically they said that King's Landing was like the worst place to go. Now.
Right. They would
It's
kill you and
awful.
sell your skin if it would give them 2 shilling or
Right.
whatever.
Right? Yeah, they basically said it's a hellhole now.
It's covered
I
in
mean,
shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to
The
be
streets
this,
are covered
this
in shit.
beautiful place that people aspire to, and
Cersei-
soldiers are like, no, it's crap.
Yeah,
Don't go.
Cersei like blew it to shit, and now it's literally gone to shit.
Well, yeah, literally shit blew it up. But anyway,
So, oh god, what else? What else have we covered in this episode? I mean, we're
What haven't we covered?
well,
oh, we haven't covered the ending.
Daenerys. Yeah, I was going to bring that
Daenerys
up.
comes
Oh my-
home.
Hello.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like everything else in between before we get to the big ending.
Right.
I think we hit everything.
I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
it. Because
that's pretty much everything.
We hit
other than the
everything.
fact that he buried that those 2 people he knew from
The-
the
yeah,
last
lady
season.
and
yeah, the lady.
Yeah.
Was
The
it the
lady
lady?
Well, no,
or-
the father
the father
and
and the
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
that offered him shelter, and
Yeah.
they ended up killing him. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
You
but
deserve better than this.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
he-
Jesus Christ, the Hound is just
That's-
becoming such a.
he's going to be a big. I think he's going to have a
Yeah.
very big pivotal point. I could be wrong. They could kill him next episode. The
They
way
probably could.
they go.
Well,
But
they
I'm
brought
just
him back
saying.
from the dead, and yeah, we'll cover this again about bringing characters back from the dead just to kill them. But yeah, we get to the big ending, which is Daenerys Stormborn,
dun, dun.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Home.
She returns back to her kingdom, which, by the way, Sam discovers is built on a mountain of fucking dragon glass.
Yeah.
The whole
right?
time.
The
Yeah.
whole time. I mean,
Right?
the walls look like dragon glass. Where is this location supervisor of this show? I mean, where does he find these places? It's beautiful. It looks like it's built on dragon glass.
Well, it could be a little bit of special effects too, but still,
Well, maybe, but there's
still, I agree with you. There's still,
Yeah.
didn't she looked magnificent? Just that first shot of her with the little the curls down the side. I was like, "Hello, welcome." I forgot. What do we have
Hello,
here?
Sarah Connor.
I'm sitting down, and yet I'm giving you a standing ovation.
Peter Dinklage looked pretty
Anyway,
good too.
but yeah, it was just stunning just to see her in the way she walked with her presence, and you know
She's a true queen. you
Yeah,
know?
the
She's
queen
a
is
queen and
she's home.
a Targaryen that has returned home. Like puts her hand in the sand to feel what it's like to be home, and
Right.
enters
And
the gates. And
I love how she walks right past. She comes up to the throne, walks right past it, goes right to the war room. Let's begin.
Yeah.
it's like, where do we start? And
Let's get
that's
started.
that's a great. That's always a great way to end an episode. Is like, or a great any way to anything.
I'm
it's
not
like,
he-
where does it begin? Or
I'm
where
not
do we
here to
begin?
rule right now. I'm here to conquer, bitch. That's exactly the way
Yeah.
that ended. I mean, it was just like boom,
Yeah.
bam, there it is.
Where do I
I'm
kill him?
excited. I'm really excited to see where this season goes.
Yeah, I mean we're,
Because for a season opener, I mean, usually you're watching it.
It's
Going,
usually set up. Lots
oh my
and lots
god,
of setup.
it's
So much
so boring and setting up, and you're just like, come on.
But strong opening,
But-
strong ending.
Yeah. I
this
mean, this
was
is-
in between was
fantastic.
great.
this did all that. This set everything up.
This was great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it's only 7. I think that's part of the problem too. Is it's only 7 seasons. I
Yeah.
believe
Oh,
it's 7
that's-
Well,
episodes.
it's 7A, and then next season we get 7B because essentially this is the last season.
Yeah,
broken
and they
apart
split it
into
into
two.
2 years.
And
I
apparently
hate you,
seven-
George Martin.
And 7B is going to be like, I think it's going to be like the season of Sherlock, where it's like nothing but an hour and a half episodes, and it might be 4 or 5 episodes, but they'll be like movie length.
Also, we forgot to talk about Jorah. He's in the he's in
Jorah,
the-
yes!
Jorah,
Oh my God, yes, Jorah.
And the Maesters.
That's that's the next to last
So-
line when Sam who's like getting the food from all these prisoners, and then this like this like reptilian hand comes out, and he's like, "Has Daenerys Targaryen returned?" He's like, "I haven't heard anything,
She
sir."
landed.
And then you see the outline. You're like, "Oh, Jorah!"
It was the dragon disease.
The
dragon scale
the
disease.
dragon scales disease. Yeah, which
But she ordered him to find a cure, so he went to the right place. At least try.
Yeah.
And I could see Sam maybe figuring it out for him.
Or at
God,
least trying to, yeah.
an allegiance between Sam and Jorah. That just
Maybe
whoa.
touching him with dragon glass might help.
I don't. He might figure it out. I'm telling you.
That would be kind of cool.
He's reading. He's doing the study. She may figure it out because she's going to have more time
Yeah,
than
his
he
wife.
is to look at these books.
Yeah.
Girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Oh,
you
and
wanna
Sam's
call her.
and
Gilly.
little Sam,
Yeah, what
Gilly.
else-
Yeah,
what else
little
is
Sam's
Gilly-
growing big too.
Little Sam's getting bigger. What else is Gilly going to do character-wise to me?
Yeah.
I'd say otherwise she's just going to be the little damsel in distress in the background. I don't see that with Game of
Well,
Thrones.
but again, it's
So.
it's a show that.
Well, I don't see that with her.
That's
what I mean.
Where
Why
else
bring her
can we?
along
Where
this
else can
far?
we go with her character though? Is the
Well,
thing. I mean, let's.
I think it's
they
it's a great transition because she starts out as somebody who's ignorant essentially, and she's got wildness smarts, but she
Well,
hasn't
she
been,
doesn't know how to read,
Right,
and
it-
Sam taught her how to
right.
read.
So we're seeing her progression. So who better than to figure out how to kill the White Walkers, like tremendously wipe them out than the
Well, we
one
know-
who started in ignorance.
Yeah, well, we know Dragonglass and we know Valerian Steel. We don't know about. It hasn't been written about Valerian Steel yet, but Sam knows about the Dragonglass.
Right.
and
but-
why doesn't John say Valerian Steel? Because that's what got the
I don't
guy.
think-
Yeah, John, you freaking killed one of the kings with your
I mean,
sword,
I just
dude.
don't think
Come
he
on.
may not have figured it out yet. I don't
Yeah.
know. He just because
Really?
he was shocked
God.
when it happened.
Jon Snow, you truly know nothing.
Oh wow, we pulled that out in the season opener. Okay.
I wish she was still around. She was hot for a redhead. I gotta tell you.
Egret.
Yeah.
Are you saying there are redhead women that aren't hot? Or
No, I'm just.
Well, there's a red woman.
I try to
coming.
stay away from redheads. They're trouble. No offense to our redheaded friends out there, but yeah.
Way to go.
But this one's hot. I'm just saying. She was hot. She was very, very hot.
I can think of another redhead that's pretty hot. But anyway, so yeah, well,
I know who you're talking about.
so does my wife. Love
Christina.
it. Only 10 days. Only 10
Oh,
days, honey.
Hendrix, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
the-
See,
I got
I
to
thought
work.
you were going back into your comic book world of Starfire.
6 was to Sunday. Ha. Anyway,
Ryan's having a party all on his own. My bad. Put the Chips Ahoy away.
I look at her just like whatchamacallit looks at Brienne. You are the luckiest man in the world.
Again,
John.
another redhead.
Yes. I have spoken more words to Christina Hendricks, my friend.
Motherfucker.
Anyway.
Bastard. Luckiest
I
man
can't-
in the
I-
world.
I cannot wait to see who else comes on the show. I mean,
Oh my god, we had like fucking Jim Broadbent, like as the
Yeah.
the Archmaester,
Yeah.
like dissecting a guy and
well, he was basically playing corner and
Right.
You know, you got to do
I was-
all that stuff.
I was
You
thinking
take
like,
everything out,
the-
you weigh everything.
I was thinking like author of Grey's Anatomy, like discovering like new ways to like
But it-
measure the human body. and
Yeah,
all
but
that.
it shows you, how advanced they really are.
Yeah.
You know, this is a medieval society, and somebody's doing an autopsy.
It's
Yeah.
and it's the
Yeah.
Citadel too, so I get the feeling like this is a guy like writing the Grey's Anatomy book, realizing how much stuff has changed in
Right,
human
right.
anatomy. But one thing before we started like doing the show, one thing we wanted to consider was what we have affectionately referred to as the Seven Kingdoms Deadpool.
Yes.
Which is what everyone is expecting. Everyone is expecting to die in this season, because Lord knows it's Game of Thrones. Wouldn't be a season if one major player didn't die. And we
and
have
us cry our freaking eyes
oh
out.
my god, yes.
Anyway.
Just rip our hearts
So,
out,
go
or
on.
make us cheer with joy or
So,
shock or something. But
I think I know where you're going with this. Are you asking for our predictions? Is that what-
Yes, I think every one of us, we need to let's lay down our bets. Who is our Wade Wilson? Who is our Deadpool here?
I'll start this one. It's a double. It's a 2-for-1 even. The reason why they brought the Hound back and they're building up for all of this is he reunites with his brother, the Mountain. Hound takes out the Mountain. Mountain takes out the Hound. That's
Ooh.
in a big, gigantic
Ooh.
battle.
So we're getting a lot of sibling rivalry here. We have like Tyrion taking on his brother and sister. We have the Hound taking on the Mountain, which, if you look at the metaphors, I think all a dog can do to a mountain is really piss on it.
Now, granted, they're in opposite areas right now, but I got a feeling somehow Maybe
somewhere.
they're going to cross back up. Maybe next season. Maybe I'm looking too far ahead, but I'm just saying.
Interesting. All right, Lady Stephanie, Archmaester Stephanie of the Google. What say you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think you have a new title now.
Matrix of Google.
Matrix of Google.
Archmaestress of Google.
Lady of Google. Yeah. All right. So, no. Who do I predict as like a major player?
Who is in your Deadpool? Who do you think is going to be the one to die? And
yeah.
I think they're going to tease somebody. I don't think he's going to die, but I think they're going to tease him.
Yeah, they are teasing somebody. You saw that in the previews, but honestly, I think Jamie might get killed.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Kingslayer.
Wow.
Greyjoy, maybe?
Going against a lot of predictions.
Pretty sure. I know.
So you
I
don't-
know the prediction on the internet says Cersei.
Well, no, a lot of the people have been saying that Jamie's going to be the one to kill Cersei.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Queen killed.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be Jamie? At the hand of...
I think it's going to be Jamie at the hand of Cersei.
Oh.
Having Uncle Greyjoy.
Oh, my God.
I could see
wow.
that.
I could see that. She's
Wow.
cold
You
enough.
know,
now.
she's already like blown off the rest of her family. She blew up most of her family.
She's beyond the Ice
And
Queen at this
yeah,
point. So,
she's just
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm thinking it's gonna go.
And speaking of,
Which will rip my freaking heart out.
You had a really interesting theory at the beginning of the episode, before the episode started, that you wanted to point out about Tommen, the reason why he threw himself out of the window.
Well,
And you had a really interesting point about it.
I either read it somewhere or I heard it from somebody, but Tommen jumping off
last season.
out of the window the way
Mm-hmm.
he did after he watches his family, his wife,
Fricassee.
everybody in the town pretty much blow up. He jumps out of the window and kills himself. And the reason he did that is because basically that was the one thing that he can control that his mother couldn't. And I'm almost sure I know where I
love
heard
that.
this from.
I love
and Mandy,
I like that. I really like that.
Mandy Fugate, I love you. You did an awesome job with my hair. I appreciate it. And I'm pretty
Oh my
sure you're the
God.
one that just told me that. So, yeah, I'm giving you the credit for that one.
It's a new segment here.
For
Game
anybody-
of Thrones tips from hairstylists.
No, she's a big Game of Thrones fan. She's a huge Game of Thrones. And she listens to podcasts
I
as
would
well.
go to more hair salons if this was actually what they discussed
Right?
there.
I love, me and her have a great
If I
conversation.
had more hair to actually be worth styling.
Me and
You know, my hair is getting kind of long. I need a good discussion of Game of Thrones. I'm going to
talk
go
to
to the
Mandy.
hairstylist.
Now that's a
Go talk to
salon.
Mandy.
That is a salon
Hey,
discussion.
you know what? Go talk to Mandy. She's at Double Take Salon over in Florence,
Dear
Kentucky.
God, they're not giving us any
Jeez,
money.
plug
Why are
much?
you plugging?
Jeez.
Jesus, woman.
Plug.
Hey, if it means I help Mandy, that's fine. Anyway.
Well, shout out to Mandy, whoever the hell Mandy is. But all right.
Yes, and maybe they can sponsor us and give us some more equipment or something.
Anyway.
That would be nice.
Anyway, if I'm gonna go on a wager here, this is something I read interestingly, and watching the way season 1 played out, and I'm gonna be wrong. I know I'm gonna be wrong, but I think Sansa.
Ooh.
Because think about
By
it.
who?
That's a good question.
Jon?
No, not by Jon. I think her death is going to be what pushes Jon into becoming the leader of the North that he needs to be. But
Or is it
and it's all
Littlefinger who's
Littlefinger
behind
might
it?
betray her
I could see
because when he realizes she's just stringing him along.
Well,
Because
like
she
she told
even
Brienne.
yeah, she told Brienne.
Brienne says, he's after something, and she goes, "No, I know what he
and
wants."
Sansa says, "I know what he wants." She knows what he wants. He's thrown his cards on the table. The first time Littlefinger has thrown his cards on the table in front of someone, and they're basically using it against him. He is going. I don't know. I see him betraying her.
He put the cards out himself because he loved Catelyn.
He does love Catelyn. Yes.
He hated the fact that she went with Ned.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think was Catelyn like promised to him or something, or was he like
He
a
just-
boyhood friend?
It was
or
just a
something?
boy. It was
They
just
were
a
love
they were
struck,
love
or
struck. He was
he
love struck
was,
with her.
yeah.
Okay,
well,
it was always, he was
then-
love struck with her.
And now
Ned-
you
Ned
have
slid him
Sansa,
into-
who's of age and pretty and beautiful and looking pretty hot these days.
yeah,
And
you are 16 going on 17.
yeah. So, anyway,
the cradle of
but
love.
So he lays it out that he wants to be king. He wants to rule the seven kingdoms.
Yeah, he wants to sit on the Iron Throne.
And he wants her
with
as her queen.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, maybe not.
No. But yeah, I mean, Littlefinger and Cersei are the two people everyone wants to see get their comeuppance.
That I think that's gonna have to wait till next season.
No, it's gonna wait till next season. It's gonna be the big moments, and I think the moment's gonna push Jon towards going to that moment is going to be Sansa's death, and I think it's gonna make him realize it's gonna redirect his attention from what's going on up north and make him realize don't ignore Cersei.
We'll see. I think we're going to see. I think you're going to see the North in between the two. I think you're going to see the North dealing with both Cersei to the south eventually.
And the North remembers, and the North knows what shit is going on. You Southerners just get your shit together.
What Jon needs is an alliance with Dany, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
No, we saw them talk about it briefly in the preview where they said, how can you trust a Targaryen in Jon's court? So apparently now Jon is aware of Dany's return. So
hey,
something.
sis. Yeah.
Oh, hi,
Aunt.
cousin.
Aunt,
Hi, cousin.
cousin.
Aunt,
Okay.
cousin, yeah.
I think it's his aunt.
Because R plus L
Aunt.
equals J. So if,
No.
Aunt. Might be.
Aunt.
I thought it was his aunt.
All right, so if Jon is
Auntie Dany.
Rhaegar's, if Jon is
One of those
Rhaegar's
generations
son,
removed things.
and was it Daenerys is Rhaegar's
Daughter.
No, that would be brother and sister, wouldn't they?
No, they're
Almost
they're
half
aunt
brother?
and nephew
Oh, okay.
because you have the prince and then
This is why we own the Blu-rays of Game of Thrones,
And
because
why
they
we
have
have
the
the
family
family
trees.
tree, yeah.
Like they actually have like a physical look of the family tree.
We need a family tree out here.
a matrix of Google.
Yeah.
Archmaestress of Google.
Look it up.
You are who keeps us in line, so we don't look like idiots on this show. But apparently, I've already exposed myself as the idiot by not knowing Brienne's name.
Yeah, you are now the stat boy of the House of Zanardelli.
No, she's Archmaestress of Google in House Zanardelli.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so I think that'll about wrap us up before we get any further along, because Lord knows people don't like incredibly long podcasts. So,
but one's coming. 'Cause, we're split. We actually have two separate podcasts for Game of Thrones this year. So,
we'll get you'll get our quick recap, the House Zanardelli of us and myself and Stephanie.
All right, boys and girls, really quick.
Jeez.
So, Rhaegar, Daenerys are brother and sister from the Mad King. And Rhaegar hooked up with
Ned's sister,
Lyanna. So you have Jon.
Yep.
Because we found that out.
Aunt and nephew.
So aunt and nephew. Yep.
Woo! All right. So okay then. So yes, that brings this episode to a close. Thank you for that final Archmaestress
of Google.
Archmaestress of Google research really quick. Yeah. So yes, you can find us at our For Midwest Guys homepage.
.com.
Are we a .com?
We are a .com now.
Oh, wow.
ForMidwestGuys.com.
Shows you how much I've been.
You can get categorize the podcast, see the podcast. There's all kinds of ways to reach out to us.
House Zanardelli.
House Zanardelli.
Coming soon to ForMidwestGuys.com.
Yep, I'll be working on getting the show out to YouTube as well, so you can find us on. You can find us online at our podcast if this is how you're hearing us, or you can hear us on our YouTube page as well. So we'd like your feedback, and feel free to leave as many comments about what an uncultured idiot I am.
And me as well, as I'm just the guest.
But I kick ass at Google.
Yes, and wish
Archmaestress
our Archmaestress wish her a happy birthday as well.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Paralleling the premiere this season is your birthday. So, so...
what a birthday
to
present.
everybody, to my lovely wife Stephanie.
Bye everybody. See you next week.
Our wonderful guest, Mr. B. Willie.
It's always a pleasure to be in the House of Zanardelli.
And from the head of the House of Zanardelli himself, this is Jon Zanardelli, wishing you all a pleasant day.
Not Jon Snow. Oh, okay. My bad.
You know nothing, Jon
there,
Snow.
Stephanie, really?
You know nothing.
I can't even sign off properly without you chiming in.
I'm kidding.
Dear God,
Love you.
woman.
Can you tell they're married?
Yes. You can definitely tell this is a married household. Fare thee well, everyone.